What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, That Guy Mile High, tuning back in for another reaction. This time we got what a camera captures in Africa shocked the whole world. Yeah, that was real dramatic. I don't know. We gonna find out and see if it's really that dramatic and if it's really that serious. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and do this, man. Record the screen, hit that full screen, and let's hop up into this joint right now and see what they caught on camera in Africa. Let's go.
Africa is a place full of all sorts of amazing things. Some terrifying, some mysterious, but all of them interesting. From the continent slowly splitting into halves.
That'd be scary to have a hippo chasing you like that, bro.
Conspiracy theories. To otherworldly plant and animal incubators found in one spot in the entire world. Here are 15 mysterious things in Africa caught on tape.
The Supreme. Shout out to the Supreme. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Africa splitting in two. If you think the world isn't constantly changing, this little bit of evidence should change your mind. Even the giant land masses, for which we all live, called continents, aren't safe from the ever-shifting sands of time. This fact was made very clear when this enormous crack emerged in Africa and has seen a further separation every year since. The large crack, stretching several miles, was first spotted in southwestern Kenya. The tear, as locals and scientists have begun to call it, continues to grow and was the chief reason for the Nairobi-Narok highway collapse. When the rift first arrived, scientists associated...
That would be so wild, bro. You see how they're just like trying to pack it in, like trying to put a Band-Aid on it so that you can like still use and access that road. That's crazy.
It's a constant tectonic activity along the East African rift. Now geologists suggest that this feature is most likely an erosional gully. As usual, more questions remain than have been answered as to why it formed in the location that it did and whether its sudden emergence is at all connected to the simultaneously ongoing East African rift. For now, the crack is assumed to be the result of the erosion of soft soils and filling an old rift-related fault. You want to know a little secret? If you smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, you'll have superpowers for the rest of your life. So what are you waiting for? Time to fly.
Time to fly.
Number 14, high-speed hippo chase. When the largest human killer animal in Africa takes an interest in your tiny, tiny tourist boat, you better hope it never catches up.
Yeah, bruh.
Even with that little motor, the hippo stands a chance if it decides to give chase, as is clearly evident with the footage. These mighty and dangerous beasts are extremely protective
Can't
of their
they swim like
groups.
30 miles an hour
Another
or something?
point made evident here. They're so defensive that they even go as far to challenge crocodiles that wander too close to their territory, which a croc will often do when young hippos are present. Another matter of extreme defense for the hippo family.
Bruh, that would be terrifying.
Better watch itself around a hippo. It could crush that reptile as easy as the tin-can tourist boat with ease. That's just its weight. Then, of course, there's all that jaw strength that allows them to eat things like watermelons whole by smashing them in a single bite like a candy gusher. There will be no doubt that the hippo, here, is chasing the boat. While it made for an amazing video after the fact, and the moment must have been terrifying.
Hell yeah! Could you imagine? Look at that little fat shit go.
Dexterous maneuvers.
He was hella around. That would be terrifying, bro.
It does a fair job with catching up with the vessel. Though the hippo's actual intent remains a mystery, the amount of energy it exerted to give chase was undoubtedly out of the ordinary, and animals don't expect that much energy for no reason. Either way, the world received some amazing footage in the process.
Bruh, that's crazy. That'd be nuts. That'd be scary as shit.
The Mosque of Djinn is no ordinary mosque. The World Heritage Site gives testament to the infinite genius that humans possess, even as far back as ancient times. Like hundreds of other buildings in the city of Djinn, the Great Mosque was constructed of mud. Built in 1907, it stands apart from many of the other mud buildings around, but the town's mud architecture dates back to the 14th century. To construct the buildings, masons packed mud and straw into bricks, dried them in the sun, and stacked them to form walls. Once the walls were built, a thick layer of mud was plastered on top for a smooth finish and stronger stability. Though the buildings are sturdy and often extensive, the Great Mosque is unique in that it can house 3,000 people. The buildings, however strong, are vulnerable to the elements, specifically rain, humidity, and rapid temperature changes causing hardening cracks and erosion in the walls. The mud masons would regularly form groups to go out and repair the mosque to prevent it from falling apart. With proper maintenance, they remain a marvel.
That's crazy. That's cool though. I think that one so far wasn't really like weird as much as that was just like cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like interesting.
All monkeys are agile, so if you live in an area where they tend to live and roam, it's best to keep your windows closed. Need a reason? Then check out this baboon making the long stretch and succeeding in getting into the house, where it probably continued to create chaos and a big old mess. While you think this might seem cool, if you know anything about baboons, you know exactly how uncool this scenario would be. Baboons are extremely dangerous, powerful, and aggressive creatures. If it broke into the home and anyone was home, it could have easily, severely injured them, or worse. The people unfortunate enough to live in this house said that when they entered it, it was total carnage everywhere. The people living in the home did their best to scare the beasts off, but once a few of them got together, there was little they could do but watch from behind closed doors and record the whole thing for the world to see.
Damn, that would be crazy.
Huge
Keep your windows closed, kids.
The 2010 dedicated Renaissance Monument in Africa is a soaring piece of severe Stalinist masculinity that was said to be constructed in an effort to celebrate the achievements of the African people, but will likely be better remembered for the corruption and unpopular schemes that resulted in its construction. The monument, which can be seen sitting atop a hill surrounded by a stark contrast of poverty conditions around it, display a man, woman, and child who are presumably meant to be African, yet look remarkably similar to chiseled Soviet caricatures. The statue wouldn't have made such an impact were not for its sheer size, measuring in at over 160 feet tall.
That's huge.
A little more than half the height of the Statue of Liberty.
I've never seen that before. This is the first time I've ever seen that.
This makes it the tallest statue in Africa and one of the most expensive, which is where the controversy comes in. Couldn't it have been better used elsewhere when many people used aid and not a giant statue to walk by every day? The controversy continues on to this day, bringing up old wounds in a population that would rather heal and forget about them. Now, they have a semi-permanent reminder of the corruption and greed that led to its building in the first place.
Dang.
Number 10. Hyena whisperer.
Crazy.
Wild animals, especially meat-eating predators, can be ferocious beasts of Mother Nature. Hyenas, for example. This footage might change your mind about how the wild can be tamed. Hint, not with chains and whips. The hyena whisperers of Africa are testament to this, who have made numerous videos of themselves taking tours out into the dead of night, where they eventually get surrounded by hyenas to feed them.
I'm not getting.
It's not the type of feeding you might expect from this scenario, but an on-purpose feeding. Equipped with a large bag of raw meat, these hyena whisperers are truly something. The guides even toy with the hyenas by putting the bait at the end of a short stick in his mouth, forcing the hyena just inches away from the man's face. One quick snap to the side and that hyena could have taken that man's face off. Yet, it doesn't. It takes the meat and steps back in line with the safety of the other hungry hyenas. While standing in the middle of a pack of any hungry wild animal.
I'm not doing that shit. You got me messed up. Hell no. He walking around with his hyena like it's a dog.
Brought along cameras to capture the whole thing for the rest of the world to see. The hyenas whisperers say that they can be tamed and treated much like dogs, albeit with a much more powerful bite and ferocious appetite that needs satiated. If those wild beasts aren't fed properly, they sure as heck won't be behaving in that manner for very long. Number 9.
Hell no.
Sudan pyramids.
You got me messed up, bro. I'm not doing that.
Sudan's ancient Nubian civilization left behind more than 200 pyramids that rise out of the desert. Across 3 major archaeological sites, El Kuru, Jebel Barkal, and Meroe, in addition to temples,
the aliens helped make those tombs and shit, you know what I'm saying? The pyramids,
that remain
yeah,
hidden
the aliens.
beneath sand and rubble.
For real, bro.
Even though it was far smaller than the more well-known Egyptian pyramids of Giza, the Nubian pyramids are just as magnificent and culturally important. The best part of all is that these tours are often crowd-free on account of its elusivity from the popular eye. The magnificent city was built of lavish sandstone and granite. The steeply sloping pyramids contain dazzling worship spots and burial chambers adorned with illustrations, inscriptions.
That's cool though. That really does look super dope. I ain't even gonna lie.
This was a wealthy city situated on the Nile and the seat of power of Kush, an ancient kingdom and rival to Egypt. This once bustling hub of society now deals with sandstorms and shifting sand dunes. This phenomenon is nothing new, and archaeologists are prepared for its disappearance back underground. Number 8.
That was cool.
Giant groundsels. Standing as the tallest mountain in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro is astounding. As a freestanding mountain whose climate zones become progressively less like the Earth-level landscape,
those trees look wild.
Otherworldly the further you ascend, the famed mountain is especially remarkable for its incubator of isolated, mutated, and rare species found almost nowhere else on the planet. It's like leaving planet Earth for another world. The groundsel is a plant that could easily be described as alien. A cross between a cactus and a pineapple, the plants are bizarre indeed. They can only be found at about 14,000 feet, making it a testament to the unique landscape that the mountain
is crazy
provides
looking.
for
That would be
different
like
life
really cool to
forms.
see.
You truly have to see the stuff here to believe it. To really put things into perspective, a common sea-level groundsel is nothing but a weed that often gets plucked from gardens or stepped on by children playing in fields. With this in mind, the giant groundsels found on Mount Kilimanjaro are nothing more than giant alien weeds. It just goes to show that a
giant
so-called
alien
weed is
weeds.
nothing more than a plant that a person subjectively doesn't want. Little weeds are a burden. Big weeds are okay, I guess.
Right?
Number 7. Gigantic lava
But those
lake.
are cool looking.
The amazing Nyiragongo volcano presents quite a unique combination of traits for
That's
volcanologists to get their hands on. Investigations of this geological marvel keep geologists rather busy, as it has for 100 or so years. While the volume of its lava lake varies from time to time during the year, the average amount of molten rock it's been said to contain makes it the largest regularly maintained lava lake in the world. Who knew there would even be such things as lava lakes?
Right, I never even heard of a lava lake. That's some new. That's new. Look, this is like a whole history lesson for me, bro. I've learned a lot this episode.
Opportunity to study the material and process. This is because it contains an unusually high concentration of alkali-rich volcanic rock. The pathway also possesses a relatively steep slope, making it for quite the dangerous one at that. Combined with the thinner fluid of consistency of its lava and its proximity to populated areas, this is one of the most cherished and dangerous volcanoes at the same time. Makes
It looks cool as shit, but I ain't going nowhere near it, though.
The lava sometimes, and whether it's worth the risk. Number 6. Getty Ruins. These incredible ruins are one of Kenya's greatest mysteries, among many mysteries. Located in a tranquil location on the Indian Ocean and buried deep within a lush and fertile forest, the town was believed to have been founded in the early 13th century. However, hard evidence to point experts in one way or another eludes human efforts. What really has researchers' heads spinning is the once thriving, well-established town's mysterious abandonment. Left standing in impeccable shape, even today, are numerous coral brick houses, a palace, and even an impressive place of worship. It isn't just the mystery and magic of
That looks cool though too. Like it would be like
but the
one of
advanced nature
those.
of the ancient society.
If I was to ever go to Africa, like going and seeing like stuff like that, just like old architecture and like getting like a walk through like history would be super dope. All of that, like, oh, let's go visit the volcano and all that nonsense. Like, I'm cool on all that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool on all that. But like stuff like this, I would be hella interested to go do shit like
Whenever
this.
ancients display a better understanding for some aspect of the world we don't even understand today,
Like
it's always
a giant
tourist attraction.
grill or something.
Getty was in many ways a very advanced city equipped with streets, running water, and even flushing toilets. This city corrects the assumption that Africa was far behind the rest of the world before colonialism. It was an urban setting, and archaeologists have found Ming Chinese vases,
That's cool.
Venetian glass, and other artifacts from all over the world. This is clear evidence that the Muslim inhabitants of the coastal Kenyan town traded heavily with cultures outside their own and developed an incredible world that's now been deeply decomposed by tropical forests. Once again, history is changed by the finding of a significant archaeological discovery.
That's dope.
Number 5.
That's
Jungle
super dope.
Palace.
That's really cool
In
to
the
know, too.
1970s, then President Mobutu Sese Seko, leader of what was then Zaire, spent 100 million ZAR constructing a luxurious palace complex all for himself at the village where his family originated. It can be found deep in the middle of the rainforest, more than 600 miles from the capital. The president's personal remote getaway retreat came equipped with many amenities, including a vast swimming pool, a gold-topped fence, and close by was an international airport large enough for a 737 to land.
God
Eventually, as you
damn.
might have guessed, Mobutu was driven from power in the year 1997, and the complex was ransacked and renamed the Democratic Republic of Congo. The village wasn't even marked on maps before Mobutu became president, and that's how people wanted it at the time. Or at least, they didn't want to be on the map for the reason that their president forced them to be. Seen as the next place for prosperity, once the rebellion occurred and succeeded, the once little village of 1,500 residents went down with it too. Corruption can hurt not only the corrupter, but all the people beneath them for whom they use.
Yeah.
Number 4.
That's crazy, but that was
KAROO
kind of a cool
spirals.
little history
The
lesson
amazing
too.
KAROO geoglyphs, otherwise known as KAROO spirals, are an initiative of predetermined land art projects. An organization aims to work in cohesion with the environment and is said to involve the local communities, creating distinctive land art that promotes awareness of the environment and social issues, and means something to the people around it, so they'll be encouraged to take care of it as well. Site-specific, as the initiative has been dubbed, aims to be the so-called snake-eagle thinking path to draw attention to many little-known species under threat as a result of plans for fracking in the already water-stressed
That's
KAROO.
kind of cool.
The designs have been inspired by
Kind of take the whole like
the Nazca lines
hieroglyph
in Peru.
aliens
The snake-eagle thinking path is clearly
patterns
visible
in the
from the sky,
fields and
so
shit.
bring your helicopter with you on your journey.
Give it a purpose.
Or if not, sign up for the tour. The path itself forms the shape of the animal, all the while getting to observe nature all around you. Number 3, desert
That's
kayaks.
super cool.
Ever hear the phrase, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade? That phrase can be used for many things, encountered in many ways, but it's clearly applicable here. When there's no water, make fun in the sand, and that's exactly what's going on here with this amazing
I would go
sand
do that,
kayaking.
bro. That shit looks
You gotta
fun as
admit,
hell.
That looks like a blast. Even Red
That
Bull
shit
got in
looks
on the
fun
action
as
to
hell.
film some wild and, of course, extreme videos, professional enjoying their time with the sport. In fact, they got high-talented kayaker Eric Walter to pull off the stunt, and boy, does he nail it, despite never having kayaked sand dunes before. He said later it wasn't much different, save for the way the paddle hit the sand and all the gritty sand that flies into your mouth. On that count, he preferred the water over the sand, but doesn't discount how fun the stunt was. As it turns out, you can go super fast on sand dunes, as the famed kayakers clearly put on display here. This, of course, comes shortly after snowboard, or snowboarding, was recently attempted and showed just as stat-altering mechanics as this
Whoa,
one.
that shit was, he
Perhaps
was
this will
going
be the
fast as
newest
shit.
extreme sport coming up soon. Number 2.
That would be kind of fun. I ain't
Curse
gonna
and
lie, that
monolith.
would be super fun.
When it comes
I
to
ain't gonna
ruins,
flex.
treasure, and tombs, curses is often the word you might hear brought up. Though most dismiss curses as fairy tales, others can't deny the odd circumstances that befall teams supposedly cursed. Whether it was an accident or a curse, all we have to go by is the magnificent, sometimes horrifying tales that speak of them. A metal structure that mysteriously appeared on a roundabout in the Democratic Republic of Congo recently has many locals spooked. So much so that the object has been destroyed over fears about its origins. The local mayor at the time told the media that he had sent some of that material to be tested by scientists to find out about its origins, and then denied an accusation that he was responsible for the mysterious monolith's appearance. To this date, the monolith remains a mystery. The monolith is the latest of occurrences in a puzzling international mystery that has thus far reached more than 10 countries,
Telling you the aliens is
baffling
here,
locals
bruh.
and authorities alike, and fueling conspiracy theory about who or what is responsible.
Aliens.
Number 1. RICHAT structure. In the middle of the arid
The
Sahara
aliens
Desert
did it.
lies a 30-wide-mile geological anomaly so large that it can even be observed from space. Officially named the RICHAT structure, the bizarre structure is often referred to as the Eye of the Sahara. From a satellite point of view, this natural occurrence shapes an unmistakable bullseye target that many humans should recognize. Early astronauts once passed over the Sahara, and the bullseye design helped provide a sense of direction for those astronauts when observing the Earth from such a great distance. Long ago, the site was mistaken as an impact crater due to its outward push and circular design. The unusual formation is widely believed to have been caused by erosion of the geological dome, or the layer of crust spanning above a larger crater beneath that is now cracked open. The dome was initially formed
That's
by
crazy.
pressure
I
from
wonder
a
what it is. I
bubbling
thought it was like
magma
an
that flows
impact from like
blood
a
through the earth,
meteor or some
but
shit.
eventually popped at this location millions of years ago. The desert bubble then blistered, like one skin might, until it popped open, leaving the surrounding landscape flat again. But not without pot scars and scattered geological evidence that scientists sprayed all over the place. The natural occurrence is the result of a millennia of this natural reaction occurring right beneath the ground. Scientists say it's only a matter
That's
of
crazy.
time before it happens again, which could prove to the first ever instance of this observed in human history. Africa is a land of great mystery and historical relevance. There's much to be learned, gained, and understood, but that journey of discovery should be an exciting notion.
That's crazy.
Technology and understanding of the ancient and
I was
natural
thinking that it was
world
gonna be
become
like some
widespread,
weird, crazy
so
things
too will
happening.
the
This
puzzle
was
begin
like
to
a low-key
assemble
dope,
and
like
reveal
little
the
history
picture.
lesson, bro.
There are so many gears turning, so many forces at play, we have yet to understand that the thought of magic shouldn't be that unconceivable. Even as testament to some of the civilizations of
That
this
dude
list
was just
today,
nuts.
they excel
He
in
just,
areas
you know,
where
he
we
had nothing
struggle
better to
today.
do with himself and
What will
shit.
the ancient sites of Africa and all over the world reveal and tell about our future? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. And ain't that the truth? But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that down in the comments below. What was honestly, really the most interesting thing that you learned? Because I feel like I learned a lot in this episode. Like, I was like sitting here legitimately like watching this like, man, this is some interesting shit. Yeah, I'm learning some shit. The lava thing was super crazy. I didn't realize we just had lava pits and stuff. Like, I know we have like, you know, like the oh man, what is it called? Those goddamn, the sulfur, you know, little pits and whatnot and little lakes. But I didn't, like, you know, it's just like super hot ass water or whatever. But I've never seen like actual lava pit. Like, that would be kind of crazy. But I'm not going near it. You know, it was cool to see it on the picture. If I was gonna go see something in person, it would be definitely the ruins, like the little the pyramids and that little town. That shit would just be kind of cool to just be like able to step foot in a place where, like, you know, like people hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago were like for real stepping and living their lives and doing their thing right before you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just cool. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comments below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.